welcome you all for the conference paper presentation about the recovering from privacy preserving masking with large language models. So, we are group number 62. Here, these are the our team members. So, let's begin with the presentation. These are the topics we are going to cover within today. I am going to cover the introduction and motivation part, and the methodology part will be covered by Ms. Hasuri, and experiments and result part will cover by Mr. Malindu, and the last part, conclusion and future direction part will cover by Mr. Charit. So let's dive into the paper overview. This paper title is Recovering from Privacy Preserving Masking with Large Language Models. It was written by a team of researchers from Meta and Santa Clara University. The first author is Arpita Watts, is from Santa Clara University, and the other authors are from the Meta Menlo Park. This paper was presented at IEEE International Conference of Acoustics, Speech and Signal Processing. It was held from April 14th to 19th, 2024 in Seoul, South Korea. As of now, the paper has been cited 8 times. Then, why we choose this paper? Today, large language models like ChatGPT or BERT are widely used in many applications. These models often need to learn real user data to work well. But here's the problem. User data usually contain private information such as names, locations, or even credit card numbers. Using this data directly can lead serious privacy risks. Hackers or attackers might be able to extract sensitive information from the model. So this is the solution. To protect user privacy, researchers often mask sensitive words by replacing them with something like mask that you can see in the slides. For example, the sentence Tom lives in Chicago become Mask lives in Chicago. Mask. This help protect privacy, but not the sentence is hard. Uh, but now the sentence is hard to understand. If we train a model from of on many mask sentences, it won't learn well. So there's a trade-off between protect privacy or keep model performance. So how we can overcome this challenge? Here, this paper asks the smart question: can we use large language models to fill in this mask part in a smart way? The goal is not to bring back exact private information, but the user use similar natural replacement like Tom with John or Chicago with New York. This way, the data is still private, but the sentence is still makes sense, and the model trained on this kind of data can still perform it. So that's the introduction part for this paper. So the next part is covered by the Mr. Hasuri.
Hello everyone, I am S.M.S.T.S Senanayaka under the registration number 4185. Today I talk about the methodology from the paper requiring from privacy preserving masking with large language models. The main idea is to protect user privacy in text data. First, the authors use three automatic techniques to mask sensitive information: allow list, vocab trace, and entity trigger. In a low test method, keep only common and non-sensitive word and mask the rest. The vocab trace method keep the most frequent word and mask the rare ones. In edit tracker, use a name entity recognition model to find and mask names, locations, and organizations. After masking, all sensitive words are replaced by masks in the text. In next, the paper used large language models to fill these mask tokens. There are three main strategies. Top 1, fine tuning, top K. In top 1, the models pick the single best word for each mask. In fine tuning, the language models is further trained on similar data to make better predictions. In top K, the model randomly pick from the top K choices and adding more variety. The goal is not to recover the original private word, but to fill the sentence with suitable words so it still makes sense. This image shows the full privacy preserving workflow. It starts with the raw corpus, which is the original user text, like Tom lives in Chicago, like that. In next step is the masking. Sensitive words are automatically detected and replaced with marks. So the sentence become marks, lives in marks, like that. The technique use allow list, wake-up trace, and entry trackers use methods. In below, we see the substitute marks tokens. Here, large language models fill in marks spot with new suitable words. The goal is not to require the original private words, but to make the sentence sounds natural and safe. On the right, we get application corpus. The example, Sam lives in Boston. The version is privacy protected but still useful. The obfuscated data is used for downstream tasks like training language models or speech recognition system like this, achieving strong performance while keeping user data private. So this process protects privacy every step but still allows us to train the effective AI models. And next, I will say the downstream and task evaluation. Let me briefly explain how we tested our privacy preserving approach. In downstream tasks, language we can say in language models and automatic speech recognition. In language model, we fine-tune language models on obfuscated data and measure their accuracy using perplexity. In automatic speech recognition, we also use these models in speech recognition, evaluating performance by word error rate. In experimental setup, we can say by using dataset and baselines. In dataset, we ran experiments on three datasets: Fresher, Radish, and Wall Street journals. In Fresher for the phone calls like that, in Radish for the social media things, and Wall Street journal for the news like that. In baseline, for the comparison, we use three baseline: Oracle, baseline 0, baseline 1. In Oracle for the unmasked data, baseline 0 for the masked data, and baseline 1 for the ignores mask token during training. The results show that the using LLMs to fill these marks words give almost the same performance as using the original marks data while still protecting user privacy. So for the next, I would like to invite Manidu to continue. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I will explain the result of our study. We used three datasets, Fisher, Reddit, and WSJ, to test how well our recovery method works after the masking sensitive user data. We focused on two metrics, perplexity for language model and word error rate for speech recognition. We compared basic model trained directly on masked data. These performed poorly. Then we test advanced method using Word, Roberta, and Llama 2 to fill in the mask token. In Fisher dataset, the best result from Roberta with top K and fine tuning. It gives perplexity for 65.3 using allow list and 38.5 using entity tagger, very close to the original data's score 37.3. Those are shows this figure. On Reddit, we are shown similar result. Again, Roberta with top K and fine tuning give the best result 76.8. Perplexity compared to 76.0 in the original. Baseline model had over 300, which shows how much masking hurt if we don't recover it. Now for the WSJ dataset, which included speech data. Using our method, the WER dropped to just 10.7%, almost the same as the Oracle model at 10.0%. This shows the model can still work really well even after the masking. As a summary of the result, our, our recovery method using LLMS, especially Robert A and Top K and fine tuning, perform very close model trained on raw data. Those shows can protect our privacy and still keep good accuracy. Thank you. Now I hand over the Tariq to continue this presentation.
Thank you, Maridu. I will now share conclusion and future work from this interesting research study. First, let's go quick over what we learned. This research showed we don't need to use real private user information to train good AI models. That's very important. Today, people are more concerned about their digital privacy. So, finding safe way to use data is must. The paper used something called large language models, like Roberta and BERT. These models are trained on huge amount of text and very good at understanding language. What the researchers did was smart. They took sentences where private words were hidden using masks and used this AI model to guess new safe word that still make the sentence meaningful. For example, instead of putting back the real name, it suggests a fake name like John or Ravi, like this fake name. So the AI can still learn the sentence structure and meaning without knowing the real private data. Among all methods, one of the workers best was top K prediction with fine-tuned models. That means instead of always picking the top answer, the model choose one from the top few options. And it has been trained again using related data. This gave a best balance of privacy and the performance. Let's move on next part. This method has four main benefits. First one is protect people's private information. Second one is the AI models still work well and give good result. Third one is it lowers chance of privacy data leakage. And finally, we can use this method in real world application like AI chatbot or voice application. Now let's talk about the future plans. The researchers was a go step further and design better training strategies that are more focused on final goal, like improving speech recognition result or chatbot accuracy. They also plan to use different type of markers to mask data. Right now, they only use only mask for all private data. They use only mask. In future, they may use a label like person name and numbers for like phone numbers. This give more information about type of word without showing the real word. Finally, they want to try this method in other AI areas, not just a language modeling, but also automatic speech recognition and other NLP tasks. Let's move on now next part. So why is this important for us in Sri Lanka? As our country become more digital, we also need to protect people's data, especially when using AI in education, healthcare, or business. This kind of research gives us a clear message. We can build powerful AI system without risking people's privacy. That's the main takeaway from this work. It's a positive step toward a step smarter digital world. Thank you.